Chapter 38, Let's see who plays who. The dealer was really just sticking to Su Cheng like a piece of gum. The moment Su Cheng sat down at a table, he would take the original dealer's place and face Su Cheng head-on. Since Su Cheng would go all in with each round, he just needed to pull his trick off once to get Su Cheng to lose everything. Su Cheng was carrying 20,000 yuan in chips, and he knew that he had to figure something out soon as the deadline was approaching. He deliberately walked around and paced between 10 gambling tables without placing any bets. And that dealer just stared at him. Su Cheng stood in the most central aisle. At this time, there was a table that already announced the results of the previous roll. Su Cheng saw the dice and remembered it, but he didn't walk over yet, only casually walking back and forth as his ears locked onto that table's dice and the frequency that dealer was shaking it. Just as everyone placed their bets and the dealer was about to reveal the dice, Su Cheng immediately dashed over. "Wait, count me in too. I'll bet 12,800 yuan on small." The dealer lifted the cup, showing a 3 and a 2, which was small. Winning the bet, Su Cheng got 25,600 yuan in chips in return. The dealer that was responsible for stalking him looked pretty terrible. He never thought that Su Cheng would resort to sudden attacks like this to put down bets. Generally speaking, once the process starts, they couldn't switch dealers or cups until the round was over. Su Cheng waved the 25,600 yuan in chips towards the dealer that was keeping an eye on him and said, "Just about 70,000 yuan to go." That dealer snorted, this time immediately following Su Cheng closely right behind his ass. Su Cheng casually strolled around and glanced at different tables, making sure that no one knew which table's results he was reading. Just as Su Cheng made a dash towards a table and was able to place a bet, that dealer, even quicker than him, immediately said to the original dealer of that table, "Let me." That staff saw that it was an expert-level dealer of the casino and stepped aside right away. However, Su Cheng didn't go to that table at all. Just as the dealers switched spots, Su Cheng took a turn and ran to another table. "All in, small." That dealer stalking Su Cheng immediately got a terrible feeling, seeing Su Cheng going to another table. Once he made his way around to check on Su Cheng, the results were already revealed. It was small, and there was about 51,200 yuan worth of chips in Su Cheng's hands now. Looking at this guy sparing no effort in trying to stalk him but still getting played, Su Cheng laughed at him and said, "You are sweating, you should go wipe the sweat off of your face first." When Su Cheng walked past him again, that guy tightened his fist in anger. There was only one more chance, and if Su Cheng won again, he would be able to take away Zhang Ruyan, which was not something Master San wanted to see. Master San wanted Su Cheng to be forced to choose the alternative after failing to save Zhang Ruyan through gambling, in which Master San would vent all his anger out on Su Cheng. So, Su Cheng must not be allowed to win the last one. He must focus all of his attention on Su Cheng. Not just that, he also ordered those 10 dice tables that if Su Cheng suddenly ran over to bet, that table must wait for him to come over first before lifting the cup. That way, he could avoid getting played by Su Cheng like what happened just now. Su Cheng was just doing what we was doing, and the shit-stirring stick that was the new dealer just followed Su Cheng everywhere. After Su Cheng went back and forth between several tables 3 times, he suddenly went to a table that was about to reveal the results, and when that shit-stirring stick was about to run over as well, Shen Yao bumped right into him. Then, Shen Yao shouted in an angry voice, "Are you blind? Don't you watch where you are going?" "Sorry," the shit-stirring stick said and immediately tried to run and find Su Cheng, but who knew that Shen Yao would grab onto his arm and pester him, "Hey, why are you like this? You almost knocked me over and you think a sorry is enough?" Is this the service we get at a high-class casino like this? Hey, stop right there, I want to complain to your supervisor. Don't go, if you don't apologize to me properly then I'm not letting this go easily. The shit-stirrer dealer was nagged speechless and got himself a full serving of Shen Yao's complaints. Su Cheng already placed his bet, and seeing the dealer hesitating, he began shouting, "Reveal it already! Are you still playing or not? Are you not revealing it so we can wait for you to cheat?" Seeing so many guests jumping in and pressuring him, and looking at his supervisor who was entangled by a woman, the poor dealer didn't know what to do anymore. The pressure from the guests on the table was mounting up, because just like Su Cheng said, was the wait just to give them time to cheat? Without another solution, he had no choice but to lift the cup and reveal the result. When Shen Yao saw that Su Cheng already got more than 100,000 yuan in chips, she pretended that a call came in and picked up her phone from her bag. "Hello? Oh, I'm out right now. The signal isn't good, give me a second, let me get to somewhere quieter to talk to you." Then, she walked away, completely ignoring the shit-stirrer. When the latter saw that Su Cheng already got the amount he needed and was heading towards the manager's desk, he smashed the specially processed dice cup onto the ground in anger. When Su Cheng placed the 100,000 yuan in chips on the table, he pouted his lips towards Zhang Ruyan, and said, "Can you let him go now? The additional 2,400 yuan can be considered our apology. In addition, can you give me back the card I gave you guys earlier? The other 400,000 yuan inside is still mine." Master San looked at the chips and then turned to stare fiercely at Su Cheng. He didn't expect Su Cheng to actually be able to complete the task. Furious, he really wanted to get his men to give Su Cheng a heavy beating, but he held himself back after thinking about the 20 or so security guards that were still laying in the hospital. Besides, there were also a lot of wealthy people at the scene watching and eating popcorn. If he didn't stick to his words, then it could affect the reputation of Westgate, which was most important to casinos. But as an elder from a societal viewpoint, he just couldn't swallow his anger after getting pissed off by a little brat, so he thought it was necessary to warn Su Cheng, "Young man, don't get too ahead of yourself." Su Cheng impatiently replied, "I will ask again. Those that are willing to gamble should willingly admit defeat, are you letting him go or not?" Master San gritted his teeth as he looked at Su Cheng and said in a deep voice, "Think twice about your words and attitude, you might offend Westgate even more. You guys are from Black Society, and I'm a police officer, we are natural enemies, so there's really no who offends who. But, sooner or later, I will toy all of you to death," Su Cheng said coldly. "Just you?" Master San sneered in response, "Be careful, your future will be full of surprises." The so-called surprises would mean that he should live every day in fright and terror. "You are wrong." Su Cheng laughed, "That's actually what I should be saying to you. The Black Society isn't something that can be brought into broad daylight, so don't let me get a hold of any evidence. You guys are the ones that will be living every day in surprise, just don't let me catch you." Master San sneered, "There were many officers that dared to talk to me like that, but now the grass growing by their tombstones is probably over a foot in height." "Oh really?" From those words, Su Cheng could hear his disdain towards the police. He immediately smashed his fist onto the mahogany table he was making tea on, and the table instantly shattered into pieces along with the ceramic tea set on the table. "Consider this punch my provocation to you. Let's see, by next year, whose tombstone will the grass be growing beside?" After speaking, Su Cheng sent the two guards detaining Zhang Ruyan flying away with two swift kicks. Then, he ripped apart the thick ropes with his bare hands, and left the casino with Zhang Ruyan, leaving behind the gloomy Master San, who had become the center of ridicule and discussion among the gamblers that night. In one night, the same guy visited the casino twice, doing whatever the fuck he wanted and then leaving, without anyone that could stop him. It was pure humiliation.